through your freedom.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. We're going to have some fun here today, folks. I've got a lot to talk about, a lot of things that'll just kind of wake you up. And I want to start with this. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I say all the time, it's part of our mantra. All of us, me, you, everyone, we talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Right? Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, your plan, communications, electricity, etc. Now, what this is about, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is about what it takes to stay alive. Now, when we were cavemen, we had a cave, and then when we had rock shelters and stick shelters, and we started building huts, and as human beings, we hunted food, gathered food, started agriculture, had little tribal units, and then towns, and then cities, and then nations. And man instituted governments to take care of a lot of these problems, and we paid taxes for it. Right? So if we look over here at Maslow's hierarchy, let's just start at the top and see who's doing what for who. Self-actualization, right? Spontaneity, acceptance, right? It's purpose in life, higher purpose. Government has nothing to do with that. Self-esteem, your confidence, your respect, all that's very personal, right? Love and belonging, very personal. Government can't do those things. It can't give us self-esteem. It can take it away. It can take away your dreams. It can stifle your creativity with censorship. It can, just ruin your sense of connection, which is the the yellow one. But you get down into things like safety and security. Okay, that's a legitimate government function. Physiological needs. What does it take to stay alive? Right? A house or a hut or a cave, right? Food, water, clothing, right? Government is supposed to take care of us. And so they're supposed to do those things at the bottom. But do they? Well, breathing. What are they doing to our air? Oh, they're pumping and dumping shit in it, right? Food. They're putting mRNA vaccine crap in food. They're giving us genetically modified crap to eat, right? The water has chemicals in it, right? A shelter, if you can afford a shelter after you're taxed, they tax you some more. Right? Clothing, sleep. It's weird that they put sleep in there. Like it or not, you will sleep. But that's the most basic, fundamental, lowest level stuff, is the physiological needs. Government is interfering and doing a piss poor job. And then you move up. Once you have those basic needs met, which we all meet our own needs, move on to safety and security. Right? Employment, property, family, what? Security is keeping fucking criminals from killing you. Security is keeping our enemy from killing us. Security is our money not being stolen from us. Is government on the bottom two rungs. The bottom two rungs. Safety and security, physiological needs. Is the government helping us or hindering us? Right? How are you supposed to get to love and belonging and feeling satisfied as a human and have self-actualization, like this is my life, it had meaning and purpose, and I've met all these things? Government, by failing on the bottom two rungs and actually going the opposite way, they're not giving or trying, they're taking away. This is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And that's why I say you need to be prepared with food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, right? Those are your needs. Security is your self-defense, your notion of what's going on, protecting yourself from these scumbags out here. Anyways, just thought I would cover that. It's been a little while since we've talked about the hierarchy of needs and, well, how it sounds like prepping 101, especially when the government is doing everything it can to take our lives down. Now, let's just get into it. Let's do this. Top story. top story, folks. Welcome. It is November 13th, 2025. Trump's first year in office. Is everything great? Well, the lead story, folks, a naked, likely illegal, who speaks a foreign language at everybody, so he's probably an alien, definitely a madman. This naked dude chased a terrified woman from her home. What helped her? A 79-year-old Vietnam veteran. He saved her. And for that, he was attacked by the Spanish-speaking naked freak. So this naked guy, likely a foreigner and here illegally, jumped him and pinned him to the ground. Well, the veteran did the last thing he could to save himself and help others. He was able to move just enough to get his weapon out. And here's a quote from the man who saved the woman from the naked freakazoid, who's likely here illegally. He said, quote, "I pressed the gun against him and I fired 3 times, and the last shot, I made sure I was going to kill him." That, my friends, is justice from a vet who, by the way, did call 911 first, but was attacked and had to protect himself and others. I have a couple questions for you guys. And by the way, Uman is on his way in, but he's not here yet. Not here yet. It's been a hell of a week for everyone. I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's put that right there. We'll talk about that one, Mr. Diving Frog, when we get there. And hello to Heidi and Robin and Mikey and Diving Frog and, well, everyone else in the comments section and in the just enjoying the video. Everyone out there, thank you for supporting the channel. Bottom of my heart. But the questions I have about this Vietnam vet, if he's in a Republican county, rural area, do you think he's going to be arrested, prosecuted at some point? Or do you think he's going to be heralded as a hero for saving people and having to defend his own life after being smashed to the ground? Remember, he's 79, smashed to the ground by a naked foreign fruitcake. Had to, or do you think, well, if he lives in a blue city, that's right, a Democrat city, what do you think is going to happen to him? Oh, yeah, he's going to be heralded as a hero until, well, some Democrat decides that was just the wrong thing to do. I think Americans have had enough shit. I know I have. Diving Frog says blast him. Yeah, he got blasted and he was killed. Saved, let's see, the hospitals, the medical area, the mental health institute. Fuck, the judges would probably just let him go anyways, right? That's all they've been doing is just catching people and letting them go, right? We're out here fighting for our fucking lives every day to feed ourselves and our family and care for ourselves and our family, right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs, so much so that we have to protect ourselves. Well, people, they're kind of basically having enough. All right, Uman is in the studio. So everyone, Uman, I got one comment starred. I'll leave everything over to you at this point, buddy. All right, and we're going to continue. Listen, I don't know how to describe this. I can't blame this lady. I guess this is perfectly fine. So a flight carrying 4 Arizona congressmen, 4 of them, had to be diverted because a passenger became unhinged. Probably because the passenger realized there were 4 Arizona congressmen on the flight. The passenger started bitching about having to live in a, quote, fascist state. Now, you guys know I hate ridiculous, retarded protests. I do. I hate it. I hate it when people fuck up flights, screw up traffic, make other people's lives miserable. But in this case, I actually kind of think, fine. This is fine. Right? This lady bitching about living in a fascist state causes the plane to be diverted. So what I love about this is that these congressmen, all four of them, get to be a victim of their own inaction, their own ineptitude, their own fucking lies, their own corruption. And don't tell me these politicians aren't corrupt. Oh, we're going to cover that some more. So it doesn't matter to me whether they're Democrats or whether they're Republicans, whether this woman's a woke demtard or a pissed off conservative. Complaining she has to live in a fascist state to these four guys makes sense to me because the system is broke. And Washington, D.C. and these congressmen, they're doing abso-fucking-lutely nothing. Not a fucking thing. They aren't. They're letting the Epstein files languish. Treason is going unpunished. Lawlessness at the borders is continuing to plague us. Terrorists are attacking Americans in Democrat cities. I'm talking about Antifa and BLM as well as these pro-Palestinian type fuckheads, right? Politicians are enriching themselves while the nation is on fire and shitting and going down the toilet. And Trump, while he's sucking up to Israel, thinks he's doing a great job, right? If they had just arrested child rapists and traitors, put America first, and stopped enriching Wall Street and bankers and themselves for doing nothing more than lying to every last one of us, I might be upset at this woman. Odds are she is some kind of a fucking libtard. Odds are. But at this point, I think they ought to give these fucking congressmen their own jets. Hell. Why not? Why not just spend some more money on them? Why the hell not? Let me tell you why. I just say, fuck it. Fuck it. Give them their own jets to fly back and forth on. The House Republicans today exposed that Republican senators slipped into their legislation $500,000 as a payout to themselves so they can clean, right? They're just voting themselves fucking money because of the Arctic frost issue. I am so sick of these fucking assholes hiding child rapists, ignoring treason, enriching themselves. Good for this lady. Right? But hell, fuck it. $500,000, make it a clean full million. What the hell? You guys are already multimillionaires. What's $500,000 to you guys? I mean, my frustration is growing because I know people are hurt. And I'm not talking about the fucking food stamp queens. I'm not talking about everyone that's fucking lying and bullshitting and collecting disability. I'm not where are we going in this country? That's why I'm just saying, look, things are going to shit. Shit has hit the fan and it's not getting better. And government is not fixing it. They're enriching themselves and continuing to do more of it. And Trump thinks he's a fucking hero. What's he done? Where are we at? We're going to give you guys $5,000 back. We're going to end property tax. We're going to end income tax. We're going to make everyone's going to be better off. Fucking crickets. $500,000 for GOP senators. Congressmen fly around the world. Fuck it. Why not? Nancy Pelosi took her jet, taxpayer-funded jet, all the way to, Taiwan? She was sure to bring her family members along, like her son, so they could do business deals at our expense. And I'm done, folks. I'm done with the lies. I'm done with the fucking lies. I mean, today, just a big whoa. Dan Bongina throws a temper tantrum because Representative Thomas Massie, one of the few congressmen not taking money from Israel, Representative Thomas Massie, one of the few America First congressmen. But Dan Bongina threw a fit because, well, Representative Massey posted a damning bit of evidence, shared a, quote, troubling letter that accuses the FBI of targeting a whistleblower in the January 6th pipe bomb investigation, which has now exposed a Washington, D.C. cop turned CIA operative who was also allegedly the first to fire into the crowd and start that fucking riot. But she planted a pipe bomb days before that they accused us, Republicans, patriots, America Firsters, veterans of doing, so they could justify calling it insurrection and terrorism and fucking putting people in jail. So Bongina gets mad that a troubling letter that accused the FBI was made public. Bongina wants to get nasty over a post, but he blows off massive child rape by Epstein's clients. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a hoax. That's a hoax. He ignores treason, Operation Crossfire Hurricane, the 2020 election, the Russia collusion fucking hoax, the Steele dossier. That's no big deal. But of course, real Americans framed by Pelosi, that's right, 90 proof Nancy, the FBI, who had over 274 fucking agents on the ground in one place on the steps of Congress, and the DC Metro scumbag fucking police. That's too much for Dan Bongina. How dare you show that they were, involved in that? But yeah, go ahead and rape children all you want, rich guys. As long as Dan Bongina gets his kickback, right? Oh, I'm sure, folks. I'm sure Dan once was a patriot. I'm sure once he had dignity, self-respect. They accepted this position. They took him out behind the White House in the woodshed. Fucking told him where the bear shits in the woods. Probably bent him over a fucking rack and nailed him in the ass and said, that's how it is and that's how it's going to be. You're our bitch now. I have no fucking doubts. Do you? I don't have any doubts with these fucking people. In fact, man, how we doing back there, man? You settled in? Great. Good deal. It has been a rough work week for the man, and I'm not going to say that I didn't have a rough work week. I need a fucking scotch is what I need. But I'm in the food section of the Prepared Mind bunker, and well, no food, no drink. I didn't even bring a fucking glass of tea. That's a crime right there on its own. Whatever you guys want to talk about down below. Mr. Uman, earlier we talked about Maslow's hierarchy and how government is actually doing things to make it worse and harder on us, just dragging us down from, having a decent life and self-esteem and having loving families in the world, and then safety and security. The government's not doing anything to help us. In fact, they're accusing us of crimes and shitting on us and making getting food, water, shelter, clothing, and just having a fucking decent life more and more difficult. I figured we'd cover that a little bit. Just a big fat wow, I tell you. What a shitstorm we're in. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that this woman who decided to start bitching about living in a, quote, fascist state, do you think that she was wrong to complain in front of 4 congressmen from Arizona and say, hey, look, I don't know what she actually said. I don't have the quote. I didn't take the time to look. But I think that it was probably a good thing that she went after these fucking people and let them have it. And now I'm going to give you the reasons why. That's right, even more reasons why. I found out today. Shit has hit the fan for us. Fucking taxes through the roof. And we're also paying higher prices because of the tariffs. Oh, but you're going to get some kind of a stimulus check. I don't want a fucking stimulus check. I want a tax return. I want all my taxes returned to me. And here's why. The Department of Homeland Security, under Trump, who's headed by Kristi Noem, guess what she did to TSA agents. She didn't fire them, which she should do. Look, we got fucking metal detectors. Don't they work? No. We need to be fucking harassed. Show us your ID. Show us your fucking ticket. Show us your ID again. Show us your ticket. Take off your fucking shoes. Oh, no, it's okay. Leave your shoes on. Put everything in this thing. Here, go through the thing. We're going to fucking irradiate you. No, we don't know what it does. Probably causes cancer. People say it does, but no. And then we're going to fucking wand you and make you unpack all your bags. And if we want, we're going to take you in another room and fucking grope you. The TSA, who have caught 0 terrorists. She gave them $10,000 bonus checks. The fucking TSA. They're like the meter maids of the pedophile world. They're fucking pointless and useless. They just fucking impede us and make life even more difficult. Right? $10,000 bonus checks from Kristi Noem for TSA agents who didn't call out sick during the government shutdown. Trump promised to pay them. I didn't know they were going to get fucking bonus checks. I mean, wait, what? Bonus checks for doing your fucking job? $10,000? I never stopped paying my fucking taxes during the government shutdown, even though government was shut, I guess. I still paid my taxes. Why don't I get a fucking bonus? I kept working. I didn't stop working and stop paying taxes. The fucking government rewards itself. And it ass fucks us all dry and then tells us we should thank them. Oh, thank you, TSA. I don't know how we could have made it without you. The government really wasn't shut down, folks. It really wasn't shut down. They just say it's shut down. They just say it's shut down and get rid of some employees, lay off some employees, tell them to stay home. Don't worry, the president's going to pay you back later. It's not a big fucking deal. Probably the only people that really hurt are the fucking welfare recipients because they didn't get their fucking free handouts. I don't know anyone else that complained and bitched. $10,000. What did Trump say we're going to get if you qualify? $2,000 as a taxpayer? If you're lucky? Notabot Lynn says, my britches. Where's our $5,000, Trump? 47. Right? We were promised. We were told, oh, yeah, we're going to save so much money with Department of Government Efficiency. That was all fucking theater. It was all kabuki theater, political fucking hoo-ha, yee-haw, everyone cheer. We're gonna stop the waste. Oh, I know they've stopped waste, folks. I know you said is kind of done, except judges keep saying you have to pay it out anyways. Oh, there's contracts. You got to keep giving the money out. Oh, we can't even get a guy named fucking Kilmar Abrego, the Venezuelan. No, wait. Yeah, Venezuela. Whatever the fuck he is, MS-13, a fucking killer who beat his girlfriend, was trafficking illegals, and who knows what other crimes he's committed. Can't even get him out of the fucking country because of Democrats and their bullshit. And we're supposed to say, good job. Yeah, where's our money? Look, I don't want a fucking handout. I don't want a freebie. I don't want a stimulus check. I just want my fucking taxes back because I'm getting nothing for it. Oh, John, the military is there, and that's protecting us from the Russians. You think the fucking Russians want to come over here and fuck with us? We'll nuke them. China, we'll nuke them. We don't need a military for Russia and China. We can just fucking nuke them off the planet, and they'll nuke us, and everyone's happy. What is our military for? For dealing with the enemies that are stupid enough to fuck with us, but don't require a good nuking. Can you name a country like that? Maybe Venezuela, right? Oh, we're going to talk about that too. Going to talk about that also, folks. That's right there on my fucking My wish bitch list. Anyways, thank you for that one. And yes, I'm up here. I'm up to here with their shit, with their fucking bullshit. I'm up to here. Literally up to here. I'm glad that woman, like you said, conservative or not, libtard or fucking not, whatever. Sorry to everyone on the plane, but I'm fucking glad she let these 4 fucking congressmen here. She's tired of living in a fucking fascist state, because she's right. It is a fascist state. A fascist state is a socialist authoritarian government. Hello? That's what we got. That doesn't come to the people and work for us, but instead works with corporations to empower itself and enrich the corporations, and empower themselves and enrich themselves and enrich the corporations. That's what a fascist state does. Fascist government, if you wish. They're interchangeable terms. That's what they're doing. They're not doing a fucking thing. Well, back to Venezuela, because I don't want to let this one go. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who is sold out to Israel, at least hasn't sold out to fucking Europe, tells the European Union that, quote, they don't get to decide how the U.S. defends itself. Good. Good job, Marco. As long as you're not handing another $10 billion to fucking Israel, or paying for their weapons so they can fucking destroy more countries and threaten them. I've had it, folks. Fucking Ukraine, same story. The whole system, the whole international government cartel bullshit system is so fucking corrupt, they can't even hide it anymore. Ukraine. Corruption so bad they're attacking themselves. That's how bad it is, folks. Well, I have a nationalist, protectionist stance for America. I do. But that doesn't mean I think we should bomb Venezuela flat, right? Kill all the women and children with snipers, invade with a military force, and claim God promised us Venezuela because, well, a dusty old codger who wears a funny hat says it's a good idea. But we should defend ourselves from death and deadly invasion and terrorism by drugs and cartel members. I'm good with that. I really am. But should it cost us over $1 trillion fucking dollars a year? Literally. While we fucking work our asses off. This is what these people do. They're just fucking us over. $10,000 bonus check for doing your fucking job. Fine. People have had it, folks. I've fucking had it. I have. I've absolutely had it. Have you? Have you had enough? Well, how about Democrat representative out of California, Swallowswell? That's right, the fucking Democrat congressman who was fucking a Chinese spy named Fang Fang was allowed to remain on the Intelligence Committee, was never even censored, removed from committee, punished, or anything. He actually goes and starts bitching about Trump because the housing director, Pulte, has referred him criminally to the Department of Justice, who's not going to do a fucking thing. You think Pam Bondi is going to go after Congressman Swallowswell? Why would she? She hasn't gone after anyone else. But you know what they're going after Swallowswell for? Not for fucking Fang Fang the spy. Not for being a fucking retard. For mortgage fraud. Once again, folks, mortgage fraud. How many motherfucking government workers are absolute liars and fraudsters when it comes to their mortgages? Letitia James, that fucking bitch from the Federal Reserve Bank, Adam Shifty Shift, I shit my pants, and I like little boys in hotel rooms, Adam Schiff. Mortgage fraud. How many? I wonder how many of these congressmen and fucking bureaucrats and these fucking staffers, how many of them lie on their taxes and don't pay that? How many of these fucking people even know how to not lie about something? I think they lie so much, they probably have no clue on how to fucking be a decent human being on any situation. Period. I mean, fuck it. I may as well go all the way on my shit here, right? Probably the only one in all of Congress is Uncle Festerman, right? Senator Festerman. I call him Fester, but it's Fetterman, right? Uncle Festerman has been hospitalized, folks, after a fall. He got some minor injuries on his face, right? But this senator has legitimate brain damage and is still, in my opinion now, the smartest amongst them. I'm surprised they don't make him resign. Because of his brain damage, he doesn't know how to lie very effectively. I think that's a problem for them now. Right? That's fucking crazy. I'm going to conclude my bullshit. And then we're going to go to the inner circle with you guys. Was it an Arca fall? I don't think so. But Hillary is back in the news for one of the deaths that kind of just happened to surround her life. The Vince Foster suicide in Marcy Park, where I think he shot himself in the back of the head several times. Pow, 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 pow. He's good. Yeah. Apparently, he may have been fucking Hillary. Wow. Anyways, the Democrats, folks, that they're all fucked up. But Democrat law and no order. This is why I'm so fucking pissed today. It's another reason. A scumbag was accused and arrested for assaulting a woman. Guess what? He was freed without bail. And guess what he did? An hour later, he returned an hour later and assaulted the same fucking woman again after being let out with no bail by these fucking Democrats. I know I'm fed up. I think Americans are fed up. And once there's enough pain, when there's enough pain, folks, I think politicians are going to hear about it and they're probably going to start feeling the wrath. I am tired of their fucking shit. I don't care what party it is. They're all fucking sellouts and liars. Going a little bit black pill here. I'm sure the old Kaz would be proud. I fucking had it with him. Now, I'm not saying do anything illegal or unlawful or dangerous or harmful. Don't break any fucking rules. Who's breaking the rules? The government. Who's breaking the rules? They're criminals. How do the criminals get out? Because the government lets them out. And they keep attacking us. And they keep taxing us. And they keep fucking restricting us. And they keep fucking punishing us while they spray shit in the air and put crap in our food and inject us with shit fucking poisons. I don't think I've made any bullshit. Not once. I think I fucking shot straight on this one. What do you guys think? I tell you what, let's go to the inner circle with you guys and see what you have to say. Holy shit, I need a drink. Well, I'm glad you made it, Mr. Uman. I know you've been fucking busting your hump and hitting the road a lot lately in the mobile command center. All right, what do we want to discuss first? What does the audience, what does the crowd want to talk about? And Diving Frog steps right in it and says, John Patel, meaning the FBI director, Kash Patel, the bug-eyed, screwball face looking fucking jackass who lied to us all. Well, his girlfriend and Patel are suing a social media guy, not just a guy, but a social media guy for $5 million. Now, the media is claiming, that they're suing him because he called her a Mossad honeypot. Actually, he didn't call her that. That's not, or he may have, but that's not what the lawsuit about. The lawsuit is about he reposted someone else's comment. They hit the refresh or repost button. And they're admitting that he never said it, but they won a trial in a federal court. This is Kash Patel, who hasn't arrested a single fucking person on Epstein's list, hasn't released the Epstein's list, has lied about the Epstein client list, the clients who rape children. And this fucking bug-eyed turd of a human railed on national media, private social media, about how we need to fix this and that, and he's going to tear down the FBI and rebuild it from the ground up. Hasn't done a fucking thing. He was presented with he just happened to meet a girl. He's 45-ish, and she's like 25. She's half his fucking age. She's super hot, and I don't fucking, who gives a fuck? Right, but way too hot for him. And she just happens to have worked for Mossad. She just happens to caution everybody on social media or mainstream media. Literally, she's a singer. And she gets to talk about things like, I have it on good authority that there's going to be another 9/11 type attack in this country. And she just happened to work for Mossad. Mossad is Israel's CIA. But yeah, Patel is not doing anything for us, but he's focusing on making sure we put Israel first. You're the fucking FBI director. What the fuck are you talking about, Israel? Why should Americans give a shit about Israel or Ukraine or any other fucking country when our country is going down the fucking tubes? When you can't walk down the street at night in a major city without having shit, piss, or something else thrown on you by some fucking pink or green-haired fruitcake who doesn't know what fucking gender they are because they're too busy walking around with a butt plug jammed in their ass, probably sold to them by the king rabbi himself. It's fucking off the hook stupid. And we better do what Kash Patel says. Now we're supposed to be afraid of Kash Patel? The same way we're supposed to be afraid of what? The Attorney General Merrick Garland under Biden, who called parents domestic fucking terrorists, had the FBI show up at parent school board meetings and land black fucking helicopters and intimidate people. What do you think the founding fathers would say about the fucking FBI director? By the way, the Constitution doesn't have the words FBI in it. It's a fucking bureaucracy that they just added because they wanted more fucking power. Oh, we need to contain the Italian mafia of the 1920s. Well, that problem was caused by the government itself by passing a fucking amendment to take alcohol from us, prohibition. What about the Italian mafia? What about the Jewish mafia? They're all working with the fucking government. The evidence is out there, folks. If you want to dig around, you can find it. I've done my fucking homework. I know what's true. I know the facts. They're all fucking liars. Kash Patel can go fucking choke on a bag of dicks. Thank you, Diving Frog. Hey, Mr. Who-Man, what's up next? Mikey G says, they have fucked around enough. Time for some of that finding out. Maybe. I don't know who the they is that you're referring to. Could it be the politicians, like the 4 congressmen on the plane that had some fucking lady read them the riot act and told that she's tired of the fascist state that we live in? Yeah, they've fucked around more than long enough. They've wasted not just the $38 trillion, folks. That's just the debt that has been incurred for things that have already been paid for. Did you know that the United States government has over $100 trillion in promises they've made that they haven't fucking paid? Retirement, veterans benefits, Social Security. That's right. They've taken the fucking money and spent it on other shit. If they hadn't, get this. If our money that you and I and all of us have paid into Social Security our whole fucking lives. And I've been working since and paying taxes since I was 15. If they put that in a fucking secret account, as Al Gore said, a lockbox. If they had taken Social Security and actually put it in a lockbox, right? Well, we'd have some money in the treasury, wouldn't we? All we got in the treasury right now is fucking IOUs, and we seem to have lost all your fucking gold, America. Oh, yeah, the gold. Fort Knox. Audit. The gold. If they had that money, Social Security, we wouldn't say we owe over $100,000. I'm sorry, $100 trillion. $100 trillion. It'd probably only be 50 trillion. Look, if they had taken all that money, Social Security, if they collected all of our fucking money in taxes for Social Security taxes and just bought gold with it, you realize that the first 15 years of my taxpayer life, they could have bought gold with that at $280 an ounce. From the year 2000 to 2020, they could have bought gold at an average price of about $1,200 an ounce. And for the last 5 motherfucking years, they could have bought gold at an average of, I think, $2,000 or $2,200 an ounce. It is now over $4,000 fucking dollars an ounce. They wouldn't have had to do a motherfucking thing except keep your money, my money, all of our Social Security money in a stack of fucking gold and have that in the treasury, not for the government to spend on itself, but as our retirement. They fucked around more than enough. Now, my solution, I can't tell you. I'm not going to tell you to not pay taxes. That would be wrong, right? Peter Schiff, if everyone knows Peter Schiff of Gold World, his dad, Edwin Schiff, in the 1990s was teaching people how to not pay taxes lawfully. Lawfully not pay taxes. I was studying law back then, and I thought, this fucking guy's right. I didn't know who the fuck Peter Schiff was and his gold shit. At that point in my life, I was saying, I don't want to fucking pay Social Security. I don't want to pay taxes. Fuck all this. How do I get out of it? I watched him grab Edwin Schiff, throw his fucking ass in jail, and he died there. I thought, well, that's how this fucking ends. Law be damned. The government will fucking lie, cheat, and steal. Who gives a fuck? You're going to prison. They want their fucking money, whether they have a right to it or not. In any event, they fucked around, folks. They've screwed us. And 38 trillion isn't anything because they took all the rest of that money and blew it. Not a bot Lynn says, do you think Matt Getz would have been better than Cash Patel? I know this is a legitimate question. I do. Matt Getz would have been better than Cash Patel. Matt Getz would have been better than Bimbo Pam Bondi, the dumb bitch. But only if he was allowed to do something. You see, that's the deal. I think that's why Matt Getz, who was nominated to be Attorney General, he probably walked into some office somewhere and said, let's talk. Am I going to be the Attorney General or am I going to be someone's bitch? Right? Am I going to be Epstein's client's bitch? Am I going to be Trump's bitch? Am I going to be Israel's and Ukraine's and England's bitch? And by England, folks, I don't mean the king. I mean the city of London. And they probably said, yeah, you can be their bitch, man. But hey, you'll get a nice paycheck. You can go on Fox News as much as you want, right? You can go on all the news channels and you can line your pockets. You can do insider trading. You can probably get some cool bribes. Hell, we'll hook you up with some young girls too. Not too young, man. No, it'll be legal. We promise. And he probably said, you know what? Fuck you people. Because Matt Gaetz already was, well, an ex-FBI agent. That's right, folks. An FBI agent. The premier law enforcement in the whole fucking universe. An FBI agent. That's right. Ooman is correct. Read that, you guys. An FBI agent, ex-FBI agent, tried framing him, fucking extorting, was it $24 million out of him? To not release the information on him having, I believe the charge was, flying an underage girl out of state to another state so he could have sex with her. As a congressman, Matt Gaetz, especially with all his committee assignments, could have been flown to Epstein's Island if he wanted and have sex with whatever the fuck he could get his hands on. But they didn't have that on him, did they? So they tried fucking framing him. Tried ruining his fucking name. Tried getting him thrown out of fucking Congress. Oh, they wanted to censor him. They wanted to fucking remove his ass. Yep, they shit on Gaetz too, so he would have been stifled too. Ooman's 100% correct. He already knew the fucking game though, folks. He'd already been playing it. He's like, nope, not going to play that fucking game. I'm glad he got the nomination. I'm glad he did, so that we could all say, yeah, and then realize, wait a fucking minute, right? He got it, so the world knows he's qualified. He's far more qualified than Bimbo Bondi. Can't find her own ass with her hands in her back fucking pockets, right? They're smart, folks. Kash Patel, smart. Pam Bondi, smart. Listen to how those two put down fucking Democrat retard congressmen and senators. Like that fucking Mazie Hirono. Talk about a fucking retard. Hawaii should be ashamed of itself. I'm sure if Hank Johnson was in Hawaii, he'd say, boy, you know, this island's going to flip over like Guam. They're all fucking retards. But Kash Patel's smart. He put them in their place. They can't figure out the fucking justice system and law and order and what treason is. And nope, they're fucking sellouts, and Gaetz wouldn't do it. Gaetz wouldn't do it. The man's got some fucking integrity there. Good topic, by the way. Mr. Ooman, who's next? I'm on a fucking rant kind of mood. Diving Frog says there was a movie called Bounty Hunter. It's where massive bounties were placed on corporate politicians and lobbyists. Just might happen here in America. Now, I'm going to tell you what. I don't know about this fucking movie. I've never heard it. It sounds like maybe private citizens pooled their money. There's a fucking script, right? Yeah, instead of having The Purge, where Americans kill each other over their political belief systems, but instead they're like, you know what? Why are we fucking killing each other? Why don't we put some money together and pay a bounty to fucking people who are out there just fucking waxing these satanic, evil, child-raping pieces of shit? Maybe that's why they don't want to release the list, because something like that could happen. Now, I'm not glamorizing or glorifying death and assassination. Oh, heaven forbid that. That's what Democrats do. They celebrated the fuck out of that one CEO in the medical world because of what? Because he was really good at denying people's medical stuff. They pay into the insurance. Folks, it's disgusting. I pay over $600 a month if I want insurance. If I want health insurance, that's what it cost me. One guy, perfect fucking health. And that's just so they can charge me, I think, a fucking $10,000 deductible. I got to pay that every month, and then a $10,000 deductible before they pay a fucking penny. Yeah. So anyways, well, then that bitch from BlackRock that's been out buying people's fucking houses for dirt cheap in areas and then raising the fucking prices and putting, basically screwing young Americans out of the opportunity to buy into the housing market and the American dream. Tell you what, they've actually been fucking spared because they're going to spend the rest of their lives paying a fucking mortgage that they can't catch up on. And it's all fucking interest. Let's do 50-year mortgages. I'm going to make America great again with that shit. Really? While the government takes anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 fucking % a year from you to live in your own fucking house, but you got the fucking maintenance bills. Woo! Yeah. They don't want to release the Epstein list, folks. But this bounty hunter thing sounds amusing. Sounds amusing. When those politicians were killed in Minnesota, whatever happened to fucking Twinkle Toes Tampon Tim Walz? He was a fucking prime suspect. The fucking killer said he was hired by him to do it, as well as kill a fucking American senator. There's no law and order, folks. There's no justice at the top. Wouldn't it be interesting if this happened? I'd fucking crack a Modelo Negra. It's a beer. And I would have some popcorn, sit in front of the fucking boob tube and laugh my ass off. If this happened can you imagine these fucking corporate scumbags and these fucking politicians and these fucking bureaucrats and these fucking lawyers out there? They wouldn't leave their houses. They would all demand security details, but more fucking huge than Mayor BJ in Chicago. Guy has over 100 fucking people on his security staff to protect his dumb ass, his communist ass. Meanwhile, the people of fucking Chicago don't know whether they're going to be killed by the Latins or the fucking blacks or the fucking mafia. Right? These gangs. I think it'd be fucking hilarious. Because then they'd finally feel what it feels like to be a regular fucking American, knowing someone's got your name and got your fucking number and wants to fucking put a bullet in you. Oh, that'd be some shit. Now, I'm not promoting it or saying it's a great idea. I'm just saying it'd be entertaining because I'm not a CEO or CFO or CIO. I'm not a fucking bureaucrat, a fucking pencil pushing fucking screw job. I'm not a fucking lawyer. Right? I'm not a fucking child rapist. I'm not on the Epstein list. I'm not a fucking government politician. Well, I wouldn't worry a bit. So when they're killing these high-level people, I'm not worried about me at all. When they're killing people like you and me on the street because they keep releasing these fucking criminals, I worry a lot. I worry a lot about my children and my grandchildren. I worry about my family and people I love, my friends, because we're out here in the shit getting shit on while Trump is fucking having a champagne fucking dinner with every politician in Europe or whoever he can fly down to his Mar-a-Lago. And it's not about hating Trump because he's rich. It's about the fucking blind eye that they're turning on us after promising they're going to fucking make America great again. And they haven't done a damn thing. Except maybe cut off some funding to some fucking Democrats offshore. Oh, whoop-de-fucking-do. After seeing trillions of dollars that Elon Musk exposed, where's he at now? All right, let's continue. Mr. Uman, what do you got, buddy? He says, Uman says, my favorite story since last night is, quote, the European Union climate expert warns we may be heading into another ice age, end quote. Sea levels will rise and wipe out cities. Wait. That was from global warming was going to cause the sea levels to rise and the polar bears to drown. And it was going to put American cities on the coast and cities around the world underwater. Right? And so now we're supposed to believe sea levels rise when the ice caps melt. But sea levels are going to rise because of an ice age? Now, back in the 1970s, folks, right, over 40 years ago, the government was saying we've got another ice age incoming. Well, we had what was known as the Little Ice Age. It lasted from somewhere around 1300 to the end of the 1800s, and it's just been slowly getting a little warmer. Because, natural climate cycles. But they were saying, hey, we're going to get it in the 1970s. An ice age is coming. And a fucking decade later, they started global warming. And then when they realized it wasn't getting warmer, they said it's extreme climate change and that it's our fault. It's all a fucking sham. I think that the bounty hunters might want to take a look at pharmaceutical companies, military industrial complex companies, and maybe climatologists. Maybe they ought to take a look at who's spraying the fucking shit in our clouds, because at every airport around the country, they land their planes and they got to fill them up with these chemicals. There's people making the chemicals that go into our air to poison us. There's companies that transport those chemicals to the airports. There's people who work at the airports that transfer these chemicals into their tanks. And then there's workers that take that fucking chemical and pump it into the tanks on the planes. There's aircraft mechanics that work on these fucking planes that know exactly what they're fucking doing. And there's pilots that fly them and spray the shit in the air. It's not just one guy, one lunatic fucking guy, one Dr. Evil out there. No Dr. Evil flying his little helicopter, sprinkling some shit. No, it's massive fucking corporations fucking us. Oh, plus the companies that are growing Bill Gates's DNA modified fucking mosquitoes because he wants bugs to transmit to us his mRNA vaccines. Oh, it's coming. Wow. Thank you, man. That is a great story. Ice Age incoming. Stand back. Let's see what's happened since we started the show, folks. Let's see what else has come up. I can't stand that picture of fucking Eric Swallows well. That's in the news. Let's see. You got that? Yeah. We talked about that. This is great. Trump and the First Lady. They sign an executive order expanding foster care resources and promoting faith-based foster care. Well, what they're claiming is they're going to end, quote, ridiculous woke policies, end quote. I don't know. You mean like giving little boys over to homosexual couples who then turn around and rape them and in some cases kill them? How about foster care giving babies, white babies, to racists that kill them because of their skin color? Now, I know everyone doesn't do that. I know every gay couple doesn't do that. But don't you think there ought to be a little more to this? A little more fucking thinking? Now, anyways, probably not. I tell you. I don't know, folks. I've had enough of this shit. I'm going to end it on this fucking headline. Let me flip onto here. Okay, I got the Gateway Pundit on here. Right, Kristi Noem hands out $10,000 to TSA agents as a bonus. Meanwhile, in Boise, Idaho, an illegal alien ran over and killed a 9-year-old girl at a crosswalk. Let's give out bonuses to people who frisk Americans who can afford an airplane ticket who don't need to be fucked with. But the illegals are out there running over fucking Americans in crosswalks. Meanwhile, a Border Patrol chief says, it's all gas, no brakes. It's downhill from here. We're doing our job. I get it. It's hard to find 20 million people that Biden let in. But I have a funny feeling this Border Patrol chief worked for fucking Biden and followed orders. Just doing my duty, letting all these people in. And then Trump's president, he's like, I'm doing my duty. I'm going to go find them now. They don't want to be found. They want to stay here and commit crime. They want to stay here and live off of you and me. In my opinion, that's a fucking crime. Folks, get prepared. Because what I'm talking about is nothing compared to what's going to happen if they really ruin this fucking system. The market crashes or we suffer a huge terror attack. Epstein files. The Epstein client list. That needs to be released. And then the fucking bounty hunters will be on. Not encouraging violence, folks. Just saying. Just saying.